Did Gerald tell you about some of the research he's been doing on the family?
Yeah.
He found where the Lenoir plantation was.
Right. Well, I'd burn that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
It's just letting you and Gerald go. Tell him we want our 40 acres and a mule. And my money.
That's it.
All right, so this is the official trailer. Just wanted to get y'all all together, and glad you came down, bro.
Yeah.
For the official screening.
All right.
And thank you for hosting us, John. So this is the official trailer. So go ahead, let it rip.
So my name is Gerald Lenoir, and I am a descendant of two enslaved people on my father's side, Thomas H. Lenoir and Laura Ratcliffe Lenoir.
When my dad told me the news of where our family had been enslaved, I knew we had to get down there. It's just hard to believe that we're standing where our ancestors picked cotton and built the U.S. economy right in these kind of fields.
Yeah, from sun up to sundown, man, they was working in these fields, picking cotton.
The painting is of a photograph of the home of William T. Lenoir of Morgantown. So
this is where my great-grandfather was enslaved on this plantation.
Yes, it would have been this plantation where your great-grandfather worked and got his name.
You were expected to work, not play around on video games and play outside and have fun. Work. 10 years old, you could also be taken away from your parent and put on the auction block. But also keep in mind, a lot of those children were already alone. They were orphans. So all of these things, mentally, you pass on. The fears, the hatreds, just being lonely, being desolate. And you pass all those things on, one generation to the other.
All right, yeah. Some thoughts, man. Any initial thoughts? Anything jumped out at y'all?
That was incredible. And that, man, the footage you got of that, and I mean, that's gonna make this documentary really deep. Like, I think it's gonna resonate for people. And there are millions of Black folks in this country that this story kind of stands for, you know? It's like, it's unique to us, and it's like a symbol of what so many people wish they could connect with their roots, that it's hard to get that information. Right. It's hard to find that out.
William Thomas Lenoir, the enslaver of our people in Mississippi, was famous.
Yeah.
And in Louisiana, Paul Frederick Daresbury was also famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so because we could track those two families, we could track our own family.
The synchronicity comes in. Out of everybody in the town, you connect with Lewis.
With Lewis.
It had to be him.
The man who was the town historian. He said from the time he's a little boy, he'd sit with the old people and listen to their stories, and he was fascinated by them.
And then he's probably, he because the town is a sundown town, so it's racist as hell. So he's probably it's probably other people, but he's one of the ones that got away from the town, got educated, and had to reflect on that racism and face that racism and kind of like come to grips with that. So
If y'all remember, he shows us where the land is, but he says the guy who owns the land don't live here, so we can't go on the land without his permission. And remember, the guy happened to be there that day. I was expecting him to say, "Get off my land."
Right.
that's what I was
That's what I
expecting.
mean.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I said, "My name is Gerald Lenoir. My family was enslaved on the plantation that was here. We come here to see where our family was enslaved."
What I remember is he said, "I hope you're the good ones," and we said, "Yeah, we're the good ones."
That
So we
was
didn't
crazy.
define the terms, but we
Right.
just we assured him we were.
Yeah. JB.
We're at Monticello, the site where JB, close to where he was born, at this plaque in his honor. But I want to get back to JB Lenoir,
Yeah.
because if you remember, we were going to the JB Lenoir was buried in Lawrence County,
Right.
in JS, Mississippi, in Lawrence County. Now, our family lived in JS, Mississippi, in Walthall County, so there's two JSs. But we went to his graveyard, so we drove down that highway. We turned off the highway onto this road to go to the graveyard.
Wasn't that the Salem Church? Or
Yeah.
Salem Missionary Baptist Church?
Salem Missionary Baptist Church. We were going there to that graveyard, and a new compilation of JB Lenoir's music
That's right.
came on the radio as we were going to the gravesite.
Hold on, did it come on the radio?
It was.
Or did
They
it come
dropped
to your phone?
it. They dropped it on Spotify,
On Spotify, okay.
because I had looked up to see his albums like a day or two before, and they weren't there. And then we went to his gravesite, and then we're leaving, and I go to go play some of his music.
It was like y'all not
And
gonna
I'm like,
believe it.
what? They just
No,
dropped a
that's right.
new album? A new JB album?
As we're rolling into the cemetery,
Yeah.
that we almost didn't make it to
Yeah.
in the first place.
And I immediately
I
was like,
love that.
synchronicity.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild. That was very wild. This is Byron Smith. This is his cousin. This is JB Lenoir's cousin, who he played with.
Played with in Europe, yeah.
Oh man, this is great. We were just jamming to Byther on the way over here.
Something? One last synchronicity, or maybe not the last one.
Not the last one.
So, where our ancestors, Laura Radcliffe Lenoir and Thomas Lenoir, is buried in JS, Mississippi, in Walthall County. I had been there in 2007, and I met one of a distant cousin. I met a whole bunch of distant cousins then, and then I had pledged that I would come back and get a gravestone for our ancestors, because they didn't have a gravestone.
Yeah.
And then life got in the way. I never went back until we went back the first time. When we rolled up to the church that Sunday, the first person that we met was the cousin of the person that I met in 2007. I mean, not the cousin, the daughter.
Right.
And she happened to be the secretary of the church.
I love it.
So again, another synchronicity where
Yeah.
we just roll up into,
You run into the person you need to run into.
run into the person that we needed to be in touch with.
Yeah. And made that beautiful ceremony possible.
Make that ceremony possible, yes.
So this was another synchronicity, is when we were on the hill by the Dansburg's plantation, where it used to be. You remember that when we was on the hill?
Oh yeah.
In the Darrensburg plantation. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
talking about on the dike? On the
Yeah, about in the Mississippi River.
the first
right there.
time when the storm was coming in,
Yeah,
where I
and
was
so the
trying to get you off the dock.
Yeah, so the guys came in with the boat, and then
Right.
they left right away. And I'm thinking, why did they just go on that boat for 5 minutes? And then he was like, "Oh, it's a lightning storm. We got to get out of here." So then we made it to the plantation,
Whitney Plantation.
to the Whitney plantation, and they said, "Y'all guys are just in time for the last. This is the last tour, and there's 4 tickets left."
There was
And
only 4
of
tickets
us.
left. You remember that? And that's when Jamana was bugging out.
And so
This is
if
the Twilight Zone. This is synchronicity anymore.
and that was the point where we had, when they said it's only 4 tickets left. That was the point we all looked at each other and was like,
I know.
synchronicity.
I know.
My name is J.B. Lenore, and this the way my song goes. Everything must be done down here on the county farm. Just make me wanna go. Everything must be done down on the county farm. Sleeping here behind the wall and being treated just like a dog just make me wanna go where I don't know. I wanna live here and I don't care where I go. Hey there, little old girl, sit down on my knee. I just wanna tell you how you been sending me. Just make me wanna go. Down on the county farm, people, this is a natural fact. 11-foot cotton sack hanging heavy down on my